Hi to everyone. Today we'll discuss about the basics of VLSI design. Nowadays, device plays the major role in our day-to-day life. At the same time, the efficient electronic device design is very important. Very large-scale integration is one of the method to design efficient electronic devices. VLSI is the process of creating an integrated circuit by combining thousands of transistors into a single chip. So nowadays every Intel processor or any processor is made up of by using the VLSI technology. The VLSI technology begins in the late 1970s. So still we can all advanced electronic devices or ICs manufacturing by using the VLSI technology. Why we can go for VLSI design? The integration improves the design different factors. In that first one, high speed of operation, low power consumption, size is small, integration reduces the manufacturing cost also. So these are the four major advantages in order to use the VLSI technology to implement any electronic devices. So before going to the in details of VLSI design, once you can go through the history of electronics. Total electronics generally divided into the four categories or four generations. In that first generation, in early days, the ICs are made up of by using the relays. These relays is nothing but two different plates. Based on supply, it will contact to each other and operate at the either contact means it will be on condition, open means off condition. Like that, we can all electronic device implemented by using the relays. So the main aim of VLSI engineering is to design any IC with the following parameters: less cost, less size, high speed of operation, low power dissipation. So this is continuous improvement of our any stage of electronics. So after relays, next coming into the second generation, vacuum tubes based VLSI implementation. Sorry, vacuum tubes based electronic devices are implemented. So in that all electron device implemented using vacuum tubes. Vacuum tube is nothing but just like a pipe. We can transmitting the electrons from one end to another end. It is nothing but a cathode to anode. So once movement of electrons we can call as on, no movement of electron means off condition. So that is second generation. Once again go to the reduce the size. Next third generation. So third generation is the main plays the vital role in electron device came into the smarter way. So that is nothing but a implementation of developed the semiconductor devices. So after semiconductor devices, the electronic industry is placed the tremendous changes in the designing factor. So once the semiconductor device implemented, transistors based designs are developed. So even though semiconductor devices are used to implement, so once again we can thinking about less size. So next go for the fourth generation, that is nothing IC based design. So IC means integrated circuit. Integrated circuit is integration of active and passive components on a single chip is called the IC. So based on the integration, we have different types of the IC technologies. So that is nothing but a chip integration levels: small scale integration, medium scale integration, large scale integration, very large scale integration, ultra large scale integration. So in olden age, first we can implemented the small scale integration. Here only 10 gates are implemented with the single IC. Next, after research, then implemented the medium scale. In this integration level is 1000 gates are integrated with a single chip. Next, go for large scale integration. Here 10,000 gates are integration within the single chip. Next, very large scale integration. Here more than 10,000 to 1 lakh gates are integrated within a single chip. Next, ultra large scale integration, over the 1 lakh gates are implemented within the single chip. These are the important chip integration levels. So here current all PCs and all electronic devices are implemented by using the VLSI technology. So now we can go for what are the different technologies used in the IC manufacturing or IC technologies. In that we have used the 4 different types of the technologies are used: bipolar technology, MOS technology, BiCMOS technology, gallium arsenic technology. So in olden days we can go for bipolar technologies. In that once again divided into the 2 categories: ECL, emitter coupled logic. Next, transistor to transistor logic. So these are the different logics using the bipolar technology. Bipolar means it will be go for connection of both majority carriers as well as the minority carriers. Next, MOS technology. So here only you can go for majority based operation. So MOS technology divided into the 3 different types: NMOS technology, CMOS technology, PMOS technology. So currently you can go for CMOS technology is the most different. Have efficient one, and it has different advantages also: less power, high speed of operation, high noise margin, high transconductance. Like that, we have so many advantages of CMOS. Next, to go for the BiCMOS technology. So in case of BiCMOS technology, in order to efficiently drive the signal from one IC to another IC, we can go for the BiCMOS technology. So in generally logic implementation, we can go for the CMOS technology. So driver are transmitting the signal, we can go for prefer the implementation by using the BiCMOS technology. So these are the major difference between BiCMOS and CMOS. Next, to go for next advanced version is gallium arsenic. These are used for electronic circuit design implementation. It is very cost of implementation, so we can generally use for either CMOS or BiCMOS technology. Next, to go for advantages of VLSI design. It is normal questions. So we have total 6 advantages are there in order to implementation of VLSI design. So first one, smaller size, low cost, low power, high package density, high reliability, more functionality. Reliability means lifetime of IC is more compared to the existing technologies. High package density means it is more integration compared to the low power dissipation, low cost, small size. These are the major advantages of the VLSI design. Thank you one and all.